Naphtali's Dreams of the Division of the Tribes, by Ginzberg. In the 132nd year of his life, Naphtali invited all his children to a banquet. The next morning when he awoke, he told them that he was dying, but they would not believe him. He, however, praised the Lord, and assured them again that his death was due after the banquet of the day before. Then he addressed his last words to his children. I was born of Bilhah, and because Rachel had acted with cunning, and had given Jacob Bilhah instead of herself, I was called Naphtali. Rachel loved me, for I was born upon her knees, and while I was still very young, she was in the habit of kissing me and saying, Oh, that I had a brother unto thee from mine own body, one in thine image. Therefore Joseph resembled me in all respects, in accordance with Rachel's prayer. My mother Bilhah was a daughter of Raphias, a brother of Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, and she was born the same day as Rachel. As for Raphias, he was of the family of Abraham, a Chaldean, God-fearing, and a free man of noble birth, and when he was taken captive, he was bought by Laban and married to his slave Anah. She bore Raphias a daughter, and he called her Zilpah, after the name of the village in which he was taken captive. His second daughter he called Bilhah, saying, My daughter is impetuous, for hardly was she born when she hastened to suckle. I was fleet of foot like a deer, and my father Jacob appointed me to be his messenger, and in his blessing he called me a hind let loose. As the potter knows the vessel he fashions, how much it is to hold, and uses clay accordingly, so the Lord makes the body in conformity with the soul, and to agree with the capacity of the body he plans the soul. The one corresponds to the other down to the third of a hair breadth, for the whole of creation was made by weight, and measure, and rule. And as the potter knows the use of every vessel he fashions, so the Lord knows the body of his creature, unto what point it will be steadfast in the good, and at what point it will fall into evil ways. Now then, my children, let your conduct be well ordered unto good in the fear of God, do naught that is ill-regulated or untimely, for though ye tell your eye to hear, it yet cannot, and as little can ye do deeds of light while you abide in darkness. Furthermore Naphtali said unto his children, I give you no command concerning my silver, or my gold, or any other possession that I bequeath to you, and what I command you is not a hard matter, which you cannot do, but I speak unto you concerning an easy thing, which you can execute. Then his sons answered and said, Speak, Father, for we are listening to thy words. Naphtali continued, I give you no commandment except regarding the fear of God, that you should serve him and follow after him. Then the sons of Naphtali asked, Wherefore does he require our service? And he replied, saying, He needs no creature, but all creatures need him. Nevertheless he hath not created the world for naught, but that men should fear him, and none should do unto his neighbor what he would not have others do unto him. His sons asked again, Father, hast thou observed that we strayed from the ways of the Lord to the right or to the left? Naphtali replied, God is witness, and so am I witness for you, that it is as you say. But I fear regarding future times, that you may depart from the ways of the Lord, and follow after the idols of the stranger, and walk in the statutes of the heathen peoples, and join yourselves unto the sons of Joseph, instead of the sons of Levi and Judah. The sons of Naphtali spoke, What reason hast thou for commanding this thing unto us? Naphtali, because I know that the sons of Joseph will one day turn recreant to the Lord, the God of their fathers, and it is they that will lead the sons of Israel into sin, and cause them to be driven away from their inheritance, their beautiful land, to a land that is not ours, even as it was Joseph that brought the Egyptian bondage down upon us. I will tell ye, my children, the vision I had while I was yet a shepherd of flocks. I saw my brethren pasturing the herds with me, and our father approached and said, Up, my sons, each one take what he can in my presence. We answered and said to him, What shall we take? We see nothing but the sun, the moon, and the stars. Then our father said, These shall ye take. Levi, hearing this, snatched up an ox goad, sprang up to the sun, sat upon him, and rode. Judah did likewise. He jumped up to the moon and rode upon her. And the other 9 tribes did the same, each rode upon his star or his planet in the heavens. Joseph remained behind alone on the earth, and our father Jacob said to him, My son, why hast thou not done like thy brethren? Joseph answered, What right have men born of woman to be in the heavens, seeing that in the end they must stay on earth? While Joseph was speaking thus, a tall steer appeared before him. He had great pinions like the wings of the stork, and his horns were as long as those of the riem. Jacob urged his son, Up, Joseph, mount the steer. Joseph did as his father bade him, and Jacob went his way. For the space of 2 hours Joseph displayed himself upon the steer, sometimes galloping, sometimes flying, until he reached Judah. Then Joseph unfolded the standard in his hand and began to rain blows down upon Judah with it. And when his brother demanded the reason for this treatment, he said, "Because thou hast 12 rods in thine hand, and I have but one. Give thine to me, and peace shall prevail between us." But Judah refused to do his bidding, and Joseph beat him until he dropped 10 rods, and only 2 remained in his clutch. Joseph now invited his brethren to abandon Judah and follow after him. They all did thus, except Benjamin, who stayed true to Judah. Levi was grieved over the desertion of Judah, and he descended from the sun. Toward the end of the day a storm broke out, and it scattered the brethren so that no two were together. When I gave an account of my vision to my father Jacob, he said, "It is but a dream, it can neither help nor harm." A short while thereafter another vision was revealed to me. I saw all of us together with our father at the shores of the sea, and a ship appeared in the midst of the sea, and it had neither sailors nor other crew. Our father spake, "Do you see what I see?" And when we answered that we did, he commanded us to follow him. He took off his clothes and sprang into the sea, and we sprang after him. Levi and Judah were the first to scale the side of the ship. Our father cried after them, "See what is written upon the mast, for there is no ship that does not bear the name of the owner upon the mast." Levi and Judah scrutinized the writing, and what they read was this: "This ship and all the treasures therein belong unto the son of Bereshel." Jacob thanked God for having blessed him, not only on land, but also upon the sea, and he said to us, "Stretch forth your hands, and whatsoever each one seizes shall be his." Levi caught hold of the big mast, Judah of the second mast, next to Levi's, and the other brethren, with the exception of Joseph, took the oars, and Jacob himself seized the 2 rudders, wherewith to guide the ship. He bade Joseph take an oar too, but he refused to do his father's bidding, and Jacob gave him one of the rudders. After our father had instructed us each one in what we had to do, he disappeared, whereupon Joseph took possession of the second rudder too. All went smoothly for a time, as long as Judah and Joseph acted together in harmony with each other, and Judah kept Joseph informed in what direction to steer. But a quarrel broke out between them, and Joseph did not guide the vessel in the way his father had commanded him, and Judah attempted to direct him, and the vessel was wrecked upon a rock. Levi and Judah descended from the masts, and likewise the other brethren left the ship and escaped to the shore. At this moment Jacob appeared, and he found us scattered in all directions, and we reported to him how Joseph had caused the vessel to run aground, because he had refused, out of jealousy of Judah and Levi, to steer it according to their instructions. Then Jacob asked us to show him the spot where we had lost the ship, of which only the masts were visible above the water. He emitted a whistle summoning us all, and he swam out into the water and raised the vessel as before. Turning to Joseph, he spake thus, "My son, never do that again, never permit jealousy of thy brethren to master thee. Nearly it happened that all thy brethren perished because of thee." When I told my father what I had seen in this vision, he clasped his hands, and tears flowed from his eyes, and he said, "My son, for that the vision was doubled unto thee twice, I am dismayed, and I shudder for my son Joseph. I loved him more than all of you, but by reason of his perverseness you will be carried away into captivity and scattered among the nations. Thy first and thy second vision had the same meaning, the vision is one. Therefore, my sons, I command you not to join yourselves unto the sons of Joseph, but ye shall join yourselves unto the sons of Levi and Judah. I tell you, too, that my inheritance shall be of the best of Palestine, the middle of the earth. You will eat, and the delectable gifts of my portion will satisfy you. But I warn you not to kick in your prosperity, and not to become perverse, resisting the commands of God, who satisfies you with the best of his land, and not to forget your God, whom your father Abraham chose when the families of the earth were divided in the days of Peleg. The Lord descended with 70 angels, at their head Michael, and he commanded them to teach the 70 languages unto the 70 families of Noah. The angels did according to the behest of God, and the holy Hebrew language remained only in the house of Shem and Eber, and in the house of their descendant Abraham. On this day of teaching languages, Michael came to each nation separately, and told it the message with which God had charged him, saying, I know the rebellion and the confusion ye have enacted against God. Now make choice of him whom you will serve, and whom will you have as your mediator in heaven? Then spake Nimrod the wicked, In my eyes there is none greater than he that taught me the language of Cush. The other nations also answered in words like these, each one designated its angel. But Abraham said, I choose none other than him that spake and the world was. In him I will have faith, and my seed forever and ever. Thenceforth God put every nation in the care of its angel, but Abraham and his seed he kept for himself. Therefore I adjure you not to go astray and serve other gods beside him whom our fathers made choice of. You can perceive somewhat of his power in the creation of man. From head to foot is man wonderfully made. With his ears he hears, with his eyes he sees, with his brain he comprehends, with his nose he smells, with the tubes of his throat he utters sounds. With his gullet he swallows food, with his tongue he articulates, with his mouth he forms words, with his hands he does his work, with his heart he meditates, with his spleen he laughs, with his liver he waxes angry. With his stomach he crushes his food, with his feet he walks, with his lungs he breathes, and with his kidneys he makes resolves, and none of his organs undergoes a change in function, each performs its own. Therefore it behooves man to take to heart who it is that hath created him, and who hath developed him from a foul-smelling drop in the womb of woman, who hath brought him to the light of the world, who hath given sight to his eyes, and who hath bestowed the power of motion upon his feet, who maketh him to stand upright, who hath infused the breath of life into him, and who hath imparted of his own pure spirit unto him. Happy the man, therefore, that polluteth not the Holy Spirit of God within him by doing evil deeds, and well for him if he returns it to his Creator as he received it. After Naphtali had charged his children thus, and with many other lessons like these, he enjoined them to carry his remains to Hebron, to be buried there near his fathers. Then he ate and drank with rejoicing, covered his face, and died, and his sons did according to all that their father Naphtali had commanded them. 14.